I've witnessed so many brainless fuckwits on social media, whether it be on YouTube or Twitter. Hell, there are even some TikTok twats that make zero sense and might want to get their brain checked. But I don't really think anyone has really cemented that fact like Prince Kai has. Okay, well, he is a very good example, but he's not relevant, so let's talk about the story here, shall we? Prince Kai, or Kai Weiss, issued a strike against Akumu on a video he made on him due to Akumu using 4 minutes of Kai's content unedited. Even though there was fucking commentary through it, and it was used in a response video. Like, hello? You are aware that context is needed, right? Especially since you have complained in the past about people cutting clips of your videos out of context and wanting people to use your whole video so no context is left out. And also, you are a giant hypocrite. Because you struck Akumu for something that you have done yourself on Peaches and Sen. And the clips you used were completely unedited. At least when Akumu used your content, he added commentary afterwards. His content was fair use. Now how am I aware of any of this? Simple. John Swan fired up a live stream on his main channel where he went through all this recent crap with Kai, as well as addressing Kai's girlfriend Omnia and her take, which was defending Kai. And kind of failed, to be honest. With Nia claiming the video Akumu made wasn't transformative, well, let's get a lawyer in out of them, see. As well as that she took Akumu's video and cut it down to Kai's footage and stated that 17 minutes and 32 seconds, give or take, of Akumu's almost 40-minute long video was Kai's, meaning 44.3% of the video belonged to Kai. And John wanted the same thing on 2 videos Kai made on Sen and Peaches, and came to the same conclusion that most of the video Kai made did not belong to Kai. And because she was also included in the title of the livestream, Nia commented about it on Twitter. And then went on to say that it was because she's Kai's partner and giving her opinion online. I'm gonna point out only one of these is correct. You being Kai's girlfriend has nothing to do with it. You gave a take that was just straight up garbage. However, while that may be true, I will admit that this tweet doesn't have a layer of truth I agree with. Yeah, her responding to this little bit with sarcasm or whatever it is she's using here is completely correct. And by that, just to clarify, I mean she is right to call bullshit on it. Because she is not at fault for Kai striking Akumu. That was all Kai. So Nia also being given blame for it is pretty bullshit. However, I got nothing. But what about Kai? Well, as John found out, he's a moron, as well as a completely dishonest human being who is so damn deluded that he actually thinks he won the debate against John Swan when he actually didn't. In fact, whenever Kai asked John something and John would try to explain or answer, Kai would then interrupt and not let him speak. Like, dude, the fuck is the matter with you? That's not how you do a debate. And boy, did John get pissed off.
4 minutes of completely unedited material.
Oh my god, John, there's literally an overlay 4 clips. That is me adding.
Okay, so Kai, let me go over. If you watch the stream, Kai, listen to me for 1 fucking second.
It doesn't exactly take a genius to tell that Kai was trying to control the whole thing and kind of fucks himself by admitting to trying to discredit John Swan.
You know what you're constantly doing right now? You're constantly trying to discredit me instead of responding to the points I'm making. You don't actually care about the points I'm making. You're discrediting me. You're trying to discredit me instead of responding to the points. Why did you include 8 minutes of Sen's 8 minutes and 20? Why did you include 8 minutes and 20 seconds of Sen's 8 minutes and 40 second video?
That is the reason that I am discrediting you. You are getting discredited because you didn't do your research properly.
No, let's be real. You couldn't discredit a turkey's nutsack. And in regards to you striking Akumu,
a lot of claims have come around, like, with people saying that I did this out of malintent. I didn't do this out of malintent. I just don't like Akumu.
Like, dude, you have no idea how much you fucked yourself. You have dug yourself a very deep hole that I highly doubt you'll be able to crawl back out of. And let's talk about your live stream. When it ended, you had more dislikes than you did likes. And even in your chat, you had people saying you were talking shit. Even they didn't believe you. Even they thought you were in the wrong and were a total dishonest hack. Because you are. Nobody believes you. John literally called you the most intellectually dishonest person he's ever talked to. You never addressed a single fucking point John Swan made and tried to discredit him on shit he was trying to explain to you, which you told him he should have read it all before getting into the call. Even though he had read it earlier in the stream, which even John said you should have fucking watched. And what was your response to that bit?
I clarified that. This is why you watch the fucking stream. I clarified all of it on stream.
Bro, like,
why not?
There's no need. Like, why do you feel the need to sit here and clarify all of this on stream?
Fucking idiot. Hell, this tweet pretty much sums up what happened on your own live stream. And because you lost the debate, you started deflecting the controversy, and Alistair Cooper called you out for not even researching your comebacks. By the way, for someone who constantly states they want nothing more to do with this shit, you sure love commenting on it and tweeting constantly about the whole thing. And even when you do comment, you make bad takes. People even believe your followers are NPCs. I wouldn't even be surprised at this point, to be honest. But getting back to the debate for a second. Let's see the few minutes after the debate ended. On Kai's end.
I invite you to sue him, but you won't do that, because you know you'll lose. Have a good day, mate.
Okay, listen.
Bro, that was he got so fucking mad.
No, but like, when you said, okay, it's fine if you have your opinion, but can you prove legally if I go against TOS, and that is still not illegal.
Bro, my chat is fucking going stupid. Bro, what the fuck was that? Are you serious?
No, listen. Listen to me. When you said that it's fine for him to have his opinion, but even if I did break terms of service, is that illegal? And he's like, no, it's not illegal. So you're like, okay, it's fine if you think it's illegal, but how can you prove to me definitively that
it's illegal?
And he was like, you're so intellectual.
Bro, he didn't even answer. Like, the worst part is that he was coming at me for not answering the question. He did not even answer the question that was asked of him.
Well, what did we actually expect? Nothing but bollocks. Breaking the site's TOS isn't illegal, but it's not a smart thing to do, as you can get your ass kicked off the site. As for the videos, like John stated multiple times, for it definitively to be classed as illegal, it first needs to go to court. Like, if you'd have kept your trap shut for 5 fucking minutes and actually watched the fucking stream, you'd have known that. We are still allowed to make our own opinions whether or not it was fair use by looking at all the factors. Not just using one factor as proof it wasn't fair use, when just using one factor isn't enough. You have to use all factors as a whole. And even then, you'd no doubt fuck it up by misreading and misinterpreting it as you being correct like Ironars did when it came to ripping DVDs containing material you don't own. And speaking of your points, the point you were making had literally fuck all to do with what John was talking about. You were literally putting words and arguments in his mouth that he had never once said or addressed. You were so disingenuous, it's unreal. Not to mention a gigantic fucking hypocrite who refuses to actually acknowledge their own hypocrisy when talking about Akumu using 4 minutes of unedited content of yours when you've done the same fucking thing involving Sen and Hopeless Peaches, using 4 to 8 minutes of uncut, unedited footage that was their content, and then using some bullshit excuse about it being totally fair use because there's a filter, when the filter doesn't mean dick. John Swan even mentioned in a tweet Akumu's video completely fulfilled the fair use requirements, and even said that you abused the copyright system with a false strike. Because you did. And you really fuck yourself over when you say this.
A lot of claims have come around, like, with people saying that I did this out of malintent. I didn't do this out of malintent. I just don't like Akumu.
Again, the levels of idiocy on display are baffling. You say that you didn't do it out of malice, and then go on to say that you did it out of malice because I don't like Akumu. Dude, like, seriously? How the fuck do you not understand that you literally contradicted what you just said 3 seconds ago? And again, like John says, YouTube has to follow safe harbor when it comes to copyright disputes. They didn't fucking do them involving suits, did they? Because like everyone has been saying, at the end of the day... Actually, I'll let Zuzu explain it.
Fair use is such a gray area. That's the thing. Like, fair use will only ever really be decided by a judge in court.
And if anyone was wondering why I let her explain it, it's because there is something here that I find extremely funny and baffling at the same time, which is that this nonce over here somehow managed to make Susie Liu, who has abused the same system herself, look like, to quote the words of Einar Dabrowski's, a saint. You somehow make her look good when looking at your crap. Speaking of which, you mind explaining this? Because how the fuck would you know John said that you blew this whole thing up on his stream if you never watched it? Here, maybe I'm just dumb and blown up for that. But everywhere else, I'm pretty much on point. Because let's remind ourselves who the fuck we're dealing with. We are dealing with a guy who abused the copyright system, moaned and bitched on his live stream about the whole situation, deliberately tried to discredit John Swan, knows absolutely fuck all about fair use more than Einar's, and who earlier this year compared some BS involving Hopeless Peaches to rape and then went to try and say that he's not doing so even though he clearly fucking is. And somehow, Kaiden made this tweet bitching about having to do the research himself because John couldn't do it when he had, and you were just too fucking stupid to either watch the stream or let him actually talk and explain. He also made a tweet longer talking about it and uploaded a few links. 2 links to YouTube and 1 for the case of Sargon of Akkad. However, clicking the links to YouTube gives you this, and the case link tells you the XML file doesn't appear. And then followed up with a tweet stating he fucked up with the links and fixed it. But Harley then makes a tweet responding to another one of Kai's where he said he's gone from all this and regrets talking about this, addressing how he thought Kai said he was gone, and then tells him to read the lawsuit that Kai's quoting, which he probably did and misread it, let's be honest. Harley even asked Kai a question that even Kai gave his answer to, and Kai, once again, deflecting shit by putting the fault on John Swan. He even had to go at John, telling him to refute his point and just further expose himself as a brainless prat. And aside from to prove his point, when you don't shut the ever-living fuck up and actually let him. And again, you wanted him to answer your arguments that he wasn't even talking about in the first place. No one is going to take you seriously. No one is going to go on debates with you. And look at these responses, bro. Nobody believes you, no matter how many of these stupid tweets you make that have zero facts or are just full of bollocks. And I'm sorry, but what the fuck are you seriously talking about here? Critique and response very much does fall under fair use if said person is making valid points. That's also what every person does whenever they make reaction videos. You are so fucking brainless. How the fuck did you become a YouTuber? I've only been on YouTube for 5 to 6 years, and I know how shit works more than you. I have seen a bajillion different reaction videos, and the ones I've seen all had criticism. Yes, even hers. Not all of them, but there were at least 2 vids you made that had criticism. And while I was looking at Twitter, a bunch of people were wanting you to debate a person called Bunk, who actually watched your stream and even called out the fact your points were nonsensical, and you failed to offer a proper rebuttal, as well as why everyone is saying you took the L because you kept pivoting away from critical points made against you. And he's right. You refused to confront the questions asked to you head on and ended up looking like a total idiot. And then you go on to inquire about how the points were critical when it's pretty bloody obvious. Again, Bunk puts it perfectly. And just to very quickly bring this up, why do you people continue to do this? Yes, John lied involving the shit with Dream. Yes, he fucked up. But the dude fucking apologized. He came out and owned up to it in the end and apologized to everyone. Hell, he even went on call with Tips for about a month or 2 after the incident where Tips literally vented to him his frustration and anger with what John did. So seriously, shut the ever-living fuck up about it, let it go, get a life, and move on with your fucking life. Like seriously, enough. John's paid the price for the whole thing anyways. Now Kai, if you honestly think that you won the debate with John Swan, why the fuck did you delete all but 3 videos on your channel, and then delete both your Twitter and your YouTube channel? Like, if you actually won that, why did you shut down your channel and Twitter? Like, that makes 0 sense as to why someone who won a debate would do this. But we all know why you did. Because you actually lost the fucking thing. And I'm sorry, but deleting both your channel and Twitter because you lost the debate is so fucking stupid. It's so stupid it makes zero sense. That has literally got to be the most moronic thing I have ever seen. Also, gonna be honest, core to it, it's Kai. I very much doubt he will grow a backbone. From the amount of tweets and videos about this shit he's spurged out, even after saying he's done with it, let's be honest, I have a higher chance of winning the lottery and obtaining a golden ticket that makes Shay Summers my girlfriend for a day. And like I said earlier in this video, people are also blaming Nia for what Kai did is fucking stupid and wrong. In fact, even she hated the debate. Even she found it frustrating. She actually believed that there should have been a moderator in it, and that I'm gonna agree with. There really should have been one. Me and my friend had a debate with Einars, and Haru popped in and acted as the moderator during it. There very much should have been a moderator during the debate. But because there wasn't, it resulted in John literally losing his shit, which is a first, and Kai not keeping his gob shut for 3 fucking seconds, and the whole thing just became irritating, and even Nia thought it was irritating. Even she fucking hated listening to it. And you know something? I actually don't like the fact that she is getting the blame shifted over to her when, again, Kai was the one that did it. Not her. She didn't hypnotize him into doing it or entice him into doing it to get a special reward or anything of that. Kai was 100% solely responsible for striking Akumu's video. So quit fucking pushing the blame of this crap over to her because it's completely wrong. You can criticize her for trying to defend Kai, but she's not responsible for him doing it. If you really want to bitch at her for something, you might be able to find something based off of this comment she showed. But seriously, leave her out of the whole Kai shit. Now Kai, let's be real here. You did a massive fuck up. You struck someone who was critical of you, and when you got backlash for it, you not only doubled down insisting you're in the right, but also the nerve to cry harassment. And it's bloody irritating Akumu still has a strike on his channel, which is bullshit. And the fact there are idiots defending you in this whole thing is so mind-boggling. Quite frankly, mate, you are so fucking retarded, you make Einars Dubrovskis look like a university graduate. Even when you did come back, you made a bunch of tweets which was so bullshit. Even Harley called it out. Who wouldn't call it out? You didn't make any proper apologies. Einars made better apology videos, and we stopped believing him after video 2. You were not harassed by people. You were rightfully criticized because you kept doing something we call shifting the goalpost, where you do something to benefit you in one argument, and then you shift it to benefit you in another. And why? Why in the name of fuck did you turn this into a fucking race issue? This is like if Suzalu and Zombie-Kills both squirted into a jar in a breeding factory and then got a baby out of it. Because not only are you abusing the corporate system or being a gigantic fucking hypocrite in the process, but you are also claiming people calling you out are harassing you because you are black. This has nothing to do with race. Literally all you are doing is making shit up and deflecting worthy and valid criticism. You were so drowned in your own fucking ego that you literally cannot see the fact you did something no one in the commentary community should do. Kai, the sooner you wake the fuck up and understand the fact that if you are going to be a pillock and strike someone for criticizing you, the very much better. Literally in this debate, you got exposed the fuck out of. You got exposed for being a total fucking brainless hypocrite for striking a dude for something you have done yourself, and then go on to make some stupid fucking bullshit excuse that sounds more stupid than anything I've heard come out of Einars' mouth. And he's had some doozies. And seriously, this. What the fuck? I don't exactly know what stance you had among people on YouTube, but after all this shit has come out about you, whatever stance you did have has been completely demolished. You were one of the most dishonest, disingenuous, and completely moronically retarded hacks that has ever graced the platform. The lack of working brain cells inside that head of yours is completely insane. Nobody wants you here. Nobody cares. Whatever you had, it's gone. Good fucking riddance. Because guess what, you deluded motherfucker? After seeing this happen...
Like, can you respond to a single point I've made?
I would love to do that if you would let me speak.
Alright, go ahead.
No! 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 He did not fucking say that! this motherfucker just spent the past, 20 minutes or so literally yelling over John Swan the entire fucking time that he's trying to ask him questions, the entire time he's trying to answer questions, the entire time he's trying to present a fucking argument, he's talking over him the whole fucking time. And this motherfucker had the nerve to say, I would answer your question, John, but you won't let me speak.
Nothing of value was lost. Also, go fuck yourself with this shit. I've literally spoken about my mental state on this channel. I've spoken about how much it seriously fucked me up. And it still is. It's a gigantic pain in the fucking ass to fight through. The only few things I have that seriously help me not have that type of crap pop in my head is either watching YouTube, playing games, making videos, listening to my music while dancing, and talking to myself. So you doing this...
Fuck you, mate.
I'm done here. I've got nothing else to say on this without going completely off the rails and going borderline racist and genuinely not give a shit. I've seen so many commentary videos, and even made my own, and never once have I encountered someone who was so fucking stupid and cowardly and lacking of a backbone, and a pair of balls for that matter, as you. I have nothing else to say to you, Kai. I only hope that people learn to avoid you so they don't have to book an appointment to the hospital to regather their brain cells they lost talking to you. As for everyone else, take care, and I'll see you next time.